Thank you for joining me today on Culture Keys. Get set, get ready, let's grow.
And here we go. Welcome into Culture Keys today. I want you to know I'm fired up and ready to roll. I believe this year is an important year in terms of our leadership. I believe God is calling and setting spiritual leadership in place and asking of us some things that I believe will lead to the greatest fruitfulness in the history of our ministry. And I want to dial in on this today. And we've been talking about proficiency in the things that take no talent. I want you to lean in with me. I was listening to a college basketball coach's interview a few days ago, and the reporter asked him to talk about things that were leading to the team's early success. He wanted to understand the secret sauce. And I think just like the people in our ministry, when they're asking me questions, they're looking for some deep secret, some hidden key. And I'm sure that's what the reporter was looking for. And the coach began to talk about, first of all, his heart to simplify the message to his team in the early part of the year. And he said, my first message to the team was this. I told them we would be successful if we were proficient in the things that take no talent. And then he started to go in. Trying hard does not take talent. Giving maximum effort takes no talent. Being on time, bringing good energy, having a good attitude, knowing your role. None of these things take talent. And his message to the team was this: if we are proficient at the things that take no talent, we will be a success. And for the people I lead, for those who serve with me here at the Kingdom Center, I want to focus your heart here at the beginning of the year. And I want to challenge us as a team to be proficient in the things that require no talent. I'm thankful for a ministry full of talent at a lot of levels. But I want to tell you that the greatest fruitfulness is hidden in our ability to be proficient in the things that take no talent. Each of us, listen to this, are looking for extraordinary fruit, for extraordinary results in our life. But extraordinary fruit is always hidden in the consistency of ordinary actions. And I have this written down. If you have a pen or want to type this is something that I think will spur you on every morning. If you'll just read it every day, first thing when you get up for 7 days, maybe it will kickstart some consistency in your discipline and your actions throughout the day. But listen to this. Ordinary acts done with extraordinary consistency creates extraordinary results. We're all looking for the multiplied. We're looking for the pressed down, shaken together, running over. We're looking for extraordinary results. But the reality is this: those extraordinary results are hidden in consistent, disciplined, ordinary acts. Each of us live in the fruit of what we do every day. Our lives are filled with the fruit of our most consistent actions. Think of that. We don't like to look at things this way, but here's the reality. If you don't like the outputs of your life, you need look no further than the inputs, because you're only getting out more of what you're putting in. You get out of more of what you're putting in. Galatians 6:7. Paul wrote it. He said, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, that's what he's going to reap. And yet we consistently want to see fruit in places that we have not sown great seed. You and I do not reproduce what we want. We reproduce what we are. And at the core, we are what we do most consistently. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. We are the sum of our daily decisions. Think of that in your life, in my life, in our ministry. We are the fruit of our most consistent seeds. Aristotle went on to say this: virtues are formed in man by his doing the actions. Virtues are formed by the actions. Sometimes we want the virtues without the consistency of actions. What are the things that make ministry work that don't take talent, that make our community happen? That if we all committed, if each of us were committed to being proficient in the things that require no talent, if that mattered to us, and as the coach is talking through their success early season, their high rank, he said, I boil it down to this team catching the vision of being proficient in the things that take no action. If the fruit of the Spirit is the fruit, listen to this. What's the seed? You have 9 gifts of the Spirit. You have 9 fruits of the Spirit. We like to talk about the gifts more than we do the fruit because the gifts are freely given. Fruit requires process. You and I are not keen a lot of times on the process. If the fruit of the Spirit is the fruit, what's the seed? Faith in response to the word that spawned obedience or an action. Stoic philosopher Epictetus in the early 2nd century said, compatibility is confirmed and grows in its corresponding actions. Walking by walking, running by running. Therefore, if you want to do something, make a habit of it. I just love that. If you want to do something, if you want to be something, then make a habit of it. You're never going to be something. You're only going to be what you're becoming right now, today. We talk about this almost ad nauseum. But so often we want to see fruit on seeds we're not willing to sow. Compatibility is confirmed and grows by its corresponding actions. We learn to walk by walking. We learn to run by running. Therefore, if you want to be something, make a habit of it. What are you making a habit of today? That's what you're becoming. What are your most consistent actions and disciplines? Are we committed to being proficient in the things that take no talent? When Jesus declared, "My house shall be a house of prayer," he was describing a church that was known for its greatest practice. Their action of prayer named the house. It was a house of prayer because the people made a habit of praying. Here's what I know about prayer. Prayer doesn't take talent. You don't have to be gifted to be proficient in prayer, but it does require spiritual formation. It does involve the development of character, which can only be won by patiently enduring. And you only learn to patiently endure when your faith is tried. Being consistent with ordinary actions requires the formation of extraordinary character. It's our character that determines our ability to be proficient in the things that take no talent. I'm waiting for you to process. I think we fall down mostly because we're not disciplined in these areas. I mean, I don't know about you. Maybe there's a pastor listening. You can identify with me. You know that when you walk in the service, you got half a crowd. By the time you get up 40 minutes later, you got people that have come in 30, 40 minutes late. Timeliness is a character issue. And guess what? It doesn't take talent to be on time. What if we could not coach effort? Because effort doesn't take talent. Trying hard, caring, good attitude, timeliness. See, without character, our feelings become the steering wheel of our life. And when you make a habit of allowing your feelings to determine your decisions, it's always going to undermine your character and therefore impact your fruit. Write this down. How you feel is data. It is not direction. It's data. You take it. How I feel. I'm sitting in front of you today, not feeling great, yet knowing that I've got a job to do. And so today, with all this information in my heart, I thought instead of taking a sick day, I needed to be proficient at the stuff that don't take talent. Showing up, faithfulness, consistency, standing in your post, having a great attitude, bringing your very best. These are things that don't take talent. See, the word is our direction. And the word declares in Ecclesiastes 9:10, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For in the realm of the dead, where you're going, there's neither working or planning or knowledge or wisdom. Whatever you're engaged in. Here was the message of the most wise man to ever walk the face of the earth. Whatever you're engaged in, whether big or small, important or mundane, make sure it gets every piece of you. Right? Do it with everything you got. That's direction. How I feel is data. Where are you taking direction from? How are you managing your daily decisions? How do you approach the things in your life that do not require talent? What kind of a team would we be? What kind of a church would we have? What kind of an impact would we have on our city if you didn't have to coach a good attitude, talent, trying hard, being faithful, staying consistent, giving your best? I want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you to make some determinations, commitments, to take it as a responsibility to be proficient in the things that take no talent. Can't wait to take it up right here next time on Culture Keys.